he wrote this for me. I love what I for the bag of weed. I walked in this bitch with a pound of weed. Got it out the ground, I was in the deep. Yeah, with them racks like I'm playing with keys. The Glock, the only thing that I see. Don't you love when you hear that bitch go pee? Bitch, on that nigga, you should've known better. I'm tryna go and kick shit at Coachella. I ain't gon' find nobody better. I'm high in the sky like I grew some feathers. I started this shit, bitch, I'm a trendsetter. I got a fat drum on a Beretta. I'm not finna.
Yo, today we off duty. Listen, I know that I always drop videos pertaining to body cam because I actually like, I like clocking in. I like when, I like to see my fellow officers clocking in and watching the videos with me. But today we're watching the KKK. Is really weird. And growing up, I was low-key kind of scared of them. I mean, of course, it was legit, and I was finding out they were hanging black people for no reason and stuff like that. So of course, as a little kid, I was like, oh shit, keep me away from them niggas. But nowadays, now that I'm grown up and now that I understand the world, bro, it's like, nigga, what are you doing? Why are you so angry? I feel like there should be world peace in the world. Seriously, I just feel like everything should be world peace, bro. You shouldn't hate on nobody because of their skin color, bro. Like, what? You think people could automatically pick their skin color, bro? Let's get it. Turn off your body cam too. Turn off your body cam and tilt out your hats 45-degree angles. If y'all get that reference, let me know.
When one thinks of the KKK, images of the horrendous, racially motivated crimes they carried out immediately come to mind. The group were hell-bent on imposing racial hierarchy and pushing white supremacy. And whilst their crimes ought to never be dismissed, it's important to remember just how weird the KKK actually were. In today's video, we will cover the weirdest things ever done by the Ku Klux Klan. It's perhaps helpful to start with a brief description as to what the KKK is. The Klan was founded in 1865 in Tennessee by 6 former Confederate soldiers. It was one of the many social fraternities at the time, though following the end of the Civil War, it would take on a paramilitary role. The Klan would harass, attack, and murder newly freed African Americans. They would become synonymous with lynchings, arson, and threats designed to suppress civil rights and political participation in the Southern American states. They would see peaks in their activities operating in 3 distinct phases. The first was during the 1860s, opposing Reconstruction. The next during the 1910s and 20s, which was the peak of their membership. And the third, opposing the civil rights movements of the 1950s and 60s. But even the way the Klan was organised itself was rather weird. The rank names given to these members of the group read more like characters from a fantasy book. During the Reconstruction era, the Klan was organised into dens of rank and file. Members were aptly called ghouls, led by a Grand Cyclops. These Grand Cyclopses would be part of empires led...
Time out. Whole time you telling me that these boys been playing Dungeons and Dragons, my nigga? I couldn't even get the word out. Y'all telling me these boys been playing Dungeons and Dragons. Craziness. For any of y'all watching this video, I know y'all gonna be watching this video and, hey, educate me, man. Educate me, because this right here is craziness.
By grand dragons, with his trusty squires. Above them all would be the Imperial Wizard, who would oversee the Klan's activities. This was a deliberate attempt to style the Klan as a secretive and supernatural organisation. When combined with their white hoods, they sought to present themselves as a fantastical and otherworldly force, all contributing to the terror tactics employed against black people and those who supported Reconstruction. The Klan also engaged in some rather insidious and weird attempts to improve their image. One of these ways was through charitable acts for African Americans. There are few photographs as weird and as striking as the one on screen right now. It shows an elderly black couple, Jack and Rose Riddle. Behind them stands an eerie-looking Santa Claus holding the couple's hand. And behind the creepy Santa Claus, there are a number of hooded members of the KKK. The purpose of the photograph was to highlight the Klan's charitable activities. At the time, Jack Riddle in this photograph is believed to be over 100 years old, and his wife Rose were both formerly enslaved. The photograph was taken in 1948 as part of a drive to rebrand the KKK. Pride and place in the centre of the photograph, sitting on a chair, is a radio and an assorted bag of groceries. The radio was reportedly given so that the couple could have their wish to listen to preachers on the radio, having never owned one. According to the Klan Grand Dragon, Samuel Green, the purpose of the photograph was to demonstrate the heart of the Klan. Now, of course, it should be remembered
There's more than likely that they killed him right after, bro. Either killed him right after, or they did something mischievous, bro. Don't they have a rule that they don't like? Don't they have an actual oath that they just supposed to uphold, that they cannot mess with anybody outside the Aryan race? We'll be wrong, bro.
that the KKK did play a very visible and active role in the southern states of America in preventing black people from having access to civil rights, decent education, and respect. Their use of violence and intimidation was to maintain a racial hierarchy that sought to keep black people as second-class citizens. This act of charity was not typical in how the Klan treated black people, and merely an attempt to alter their public perception. Another example of strange activities of the Klan is their holding of a number of family picnics. These gatherings were held during the height of the Klan's power. This was in the 1920s, and were designed to be a recruitment and propaganda tool. Klan picnics were designed to appear, on the surface at least, wholesome. Entire families would attend, bringing blankets and homemade food to fields and parks. There were sack races for children, music from local bands, and baking competitions. By all appearances, it would have looked like an ordinary picnic, apart from the present.
Food. What food? What food y'all having? Casserole? They ain't got nothing. They don't care. What food did they actually have, bro? Like, I listen. I know there's some of my viewers are how do you say it? I know some of my viewers are, Caucasian. Good. Listen, the viewers who watch me are obviously, well seasoned and well spiced up, my nigga, you feel me? I know y'all not just walking around y'all just eating baked chicken and it's mad blanding. Nah, I know that. I know real, recognize real. So if you watching me, I obviously know you wanna be, you feel me? If you watching me, bro, consider yourself like you're not even of that category, gang. So we not even gonna but for the guys who isn't Lency mob, what food was there to eat in the 1920s, bro? Like, I mean, yeah, y'all still can make the food that we make now, but would it taste as good? I know damn well y'all niggas did not have no Balenci's back there, so it was like y'all couldn't really flex on it. You know what I mean? Damn.
Of hooded Klan members. But what made these picnics so weird was the context. The same men who just days earlier may have taken part in a cross burning or an act of racial intimidation would now be serving food to children or laughing and playing with their families. The goal was to present the Klan in a positive light, one that showed the Klan as a bastion of family values. But these picnics were far from the innocent fun they appeared to be. They were carefully crafted recruitment events. Speeches were delivered between games, often framed with patriotic language about protecting America or defending Christian values. Prospective members were encouraged to join. All the while, children were indoctrinated by growing up in an environment where the Klan was presented as a social club rather than a hate group. This blending of leisure and extremism is one of the strangest tactics employed by the Klan. They managed to turn picnics, usually associated with warmth and community, into platforms of spreading intolerance. But when darkness crept over the picnic, the disturbing rituals of the Klan would be performed. The picnics would often end with ceremonies at dusk. Cross burnings and initiations of new members would be carried out in front of the crowd of attendees. The true nature of the picnic would be revealed in a disturbing spectacle of fire, secrecy, and intimidation. The goal of the picnics were to blur the lines between everyday American activities and those of the Klan. By making their movement look like a family-friendly club, they sought to sanitize its violent image. People who might never have considered burning a cross on a person's lawn or carrying out a nighttime raid against a black family could still attend a Klan picnic. Over time, they might become more comfortable with the Klan, developing closer relationships with its members, and become even more radicalized. At the very least, the presence...
They got little Timmy wearing the clothes too. What? CD boy, they see. Kids become indoctrinated, gang. They start to do the, that's crazy, man.
Of the Klan would become normalized in their eyes. It would not be uncommon to see processions and parades of thousands of Klansmen and women marching through the streets. In August of 1925, tens of thousands of Klan members marched through the United States Capitol in a show of force. Not only that, it showed how the attempts to bring the Klan into the mainstream were somewhat successful. During the 1910s and 20s, membership of the Klan exploded. By the mid-1920s, the clan boasted a membership of around 5 million people, and for each new member, a membership fee would be paid. This was termed the collect token, costing a new member around $10, which is around $150 in today's money. One might expect that the fee would go towards the running of the clan or be held in some regional or national treasury. But here's the unbelievably shocking thing. Much of the fee membership would be divided up amongst the leadership of the clan. Akin to a pyramid scheme or a multi-level marketing commission scheme, the $10 would end up in the pockets of certain members. The recruiters, also known as the Kleagle, would, from every membership fee, receive a $4 commission. There were at one point over 1,000 of these recruiters, acting as salesmen for the clan to entice new members. Each of these salesmen were encouraged to play on whatever prejudice was prevalent in a particular region. For example, if one town exhibited anti-Catholic views, they would focus on that in order to attract new members. From the remaining $6, $1 from each Kleagle sale would go on to the regional head, known as the King Kleagle. Further up the chain, the high-ranking leadership of the clan would also line their pockets. The Great Goblin, the Grand Dragon, and the Imperial Wizard would all get a share of the membership. Even if it was only 50 cents a member, with 1 million members, it was a very lucrative model. It is therefore not surprising that many of the high-ranking members of the clan became incredibly wealthy. The founder of the second clan, William Joseph Simmons, had alone amassed hundreds of thousands of dollars from membership fees. This would also not be the only money-making scheme in the clan. The infamous hooded robes were sold alongside the membership fee, at an inflated price. New members were encouraged to purchase clan-branded sweets, life insurance, and all manner of merchandise made by the clan. Often the factories that produced these items were linked to or owned by leading clan members, further enriching themselves. All of this speaks to the clan being not only a racist and violent organisation, but one built to personally enrich its leading members akin to a pyramid scheme. But despite its large membership and seemingly endless growth, the clan would begin to fragment. One key event that caused the downfall was the abduction, murder and essay of Madge Oberholzer. David Stevenson was the Grand Dragon of the Indiana clan, who was for a time in a brief relationship with Madge. But Stevenson managed to convince her to meet up again, at which point he drugged and abducted her. Madge was bundled onto Stevenson's private train, at which point she was abused physically and assaulted repeatedly, biting into her skin all over her body. Stevenson even laughed at Madge's assertions that she would report the assault to law enforcement. Stevenson held such political power and influence that he replied that he was the law in Indiana. Stevenson's cronies dropped Madge's unconscious body back at her home, believing that she was dead. However, she was still alive and rushed to hospital. At the hospital, she was able to tell the police everything. However, she soon succumbed to her injuries. Stevenson was soon arrested and convicted for second-degree murder. In response, almost 200,000 members of the Indiana clan renounced their membership. From then on, investigations into the political corruption and embezzlement of funds by the clan led to dozens of resignations and the collapse of the second iteration of the clan. When looking into the history of the KKK, the crimes they committed are rightly centre stage, but it can also be helpful to examine the weirdness of such groups. Not only is it interesting, but it can allow one to not be disarmed or lulled into being propagandized by such groups in the future. During the early 20th century, the clan leaned into its unique spelling of clan, having many of its ranks start with the letters KL. There were ranks such as Clawliff, Clud, and Clexter. The handbook of the clan was known as the Cloran, a play on words with the Quran, and the clan meetings were not convocations, but clonvocations, which is really cool.
No! Try to start the video. See, bro, the KKK really weird, bro. You feel what I'm saying, bro? What the hell? Look though. You see it? You see it though? You see how everything always plays out into money, bro? Do you see how everything plays out into money? That's literally that's like the heart of the world. when the heart of the world should really be on Jesus and God, you feel me? And then the money. But nah, people use Jesus to say, like, you know, more churches, they say, yo, if you really love God, if you love God, give me $50. They won't say it just like that, but they say, you know, if you love God, give me $50. But if you really, really love God and you feel the Holy Spirit, give me 100. You feel me? You gotta always find a good church, bro. You gotta find a good church. You just gotta hope that you're not being led astray. Pray for discernment and pray for, you know, the good to happen to you, bro. We're gonna get into this Bible verse. Bible verse. Time.
What you think I am, huh? What you think I am, fucking worm like you?
And it says, but what about you? He asked, who do you say I am? Peter answered, the Christ of God. You gotta understand, bro. It's what do you believe about Jesus? People say, yeah, Jesus' birthday's on Christmas. Oh my God, look, yes. Jesus' birthday's on Christmas. Well, Jesus was black. No, Jesus was white. No, Jesus was Stop. I don't care if Jesus was black. I don't care if he was blue. I don't care if he was green. I don't care if he was red. I don't care if his birthday's on Easter. I don't care if his birthday's on Saturday. I don't care if his birthday is next Friday. I don't care about none of that. It's about what do you know about Jesus, right? How are you able to obey his law? How are you able to, you know, forgive somebody? It's not what you know about Jesus, it's how you know him. You feel me? It's how you're able to take all the information that he has planted in the Bible for you. There's somebody out in this world right now, y'all, who can tell you the Bible from the front to the back, but they truly don't know God. You wanna know why they don't know God? Because they read the Bible one day, you know, I can't judge, but they read the Bible and then, you know the Bible from front to back, but they'll go curse their neighbor and be judgmental and not be positive. You feel me? I'm like, damn. Shit. And it's everybody does it. You know, I'm not to say that I'm as perfect as the sunny day, but sometimes you just gotta recognize is real, and right now you're looking real unfamiliar. You know? Shoot, you know, we all can change. And all I really want to end this off is let's be positive, y'all. You feel me? When you come to Lency Mob, if you want to join Lency Mob, I know we not like all those other communities. I know that. You know, I watch body cam videos all day, and I just try my best to stay positive. So here in Lency Mob, we just positive niggas who, you know, get money and focus on God. You feel me? If you want to join Lency Mob, I'm about to put a profile picture or whatever in your, you know, on the screen or whatever. Put that as your profile picture, I guess, and you're Lency Mob, bro. You know, change your name to Lency, or if your name is Matt, put your name Matt Lency, or if your name is Gabe, put your Gabe Lency. You feel me? It's not real, bro. It's just we here to spread positivity, man. All my supporters, we here to spread positivity onto others, bro. We joy baiting. That's all we do. All we do is joy bait. Literally, all we do is joy bait, gang. Seriously, bro. Get rage bait. We joy baiting. But yeah, man, I hope y'all boys have a good day today. I hope y'all are blessed. All glory be to God. Jesus is King. Amen. Peace.